I'm an agent now. I'm an agent. This is what I'm getting in my DMs. This is what people are emailing me. You're an agent. Okay, cool. I tell you what, I'll accept that title. So now that I'm an agent, I'm really gonna bring the motherfucking pain on you niggas and tell it all. Because it's obvious for all you niggas that got the Christ at the end of your name, and for all you Yorkies, it's obvious that y'all motherfuckers truly believe that Dr. York and Natureboy truly love you. And that's far from the truth. Period. Just think about it. If they truly love you, shouldn't they truly love their children as well? But they don't. Natureboy doesn't take care of his children. And Dr.MALACHI Z.YORK has, this is documented, over 100 fucking children. I can't even imagine what child support is for him. You know, Dr. York used to say this all the time. I have different beings that incarnate in me in order for you all to get the divine fucking message. And that's cool. But being that he owes child support and he got over 100 fucking children, he's gonna need Afrote and Tunray, Amanubi Rakbata, Iman Isa, Pana Nabab Yanun, and all of these fucking beings that he says incarnate into him to pay for that motherfucking child support. And he may need his grandfather, Anu the Most High, to help too, as well as his father, Inky. Period. I'm trying to get y'all to understand that these people don't give a fuck about y'all. Don't you know in the 90s, for all you young people out there, if you don't believe me, go ask one of the elders. In the 90s, Dr. York had a son that got killed in New York. In fucking New York. And he didn't even go to the funeral. I'm trying to get you all to understand the people that you're dealing with. You see, it's all good when you're looking from the outside in. I was a sucker. I was young, blind, dumb, deaf, dumb and blind, all that shit. When they told me, yo, we got land, we got our language, we got our own culture, it sounded so good. And I remember the first time I went to the land. At the time, it was called Kadesh. Went down to the land, I saw pyramids and shit, and I saw black people, and I was like, oh my God, I would love to live here. I remember they had like this little museum or some shit that was like right beside or behind the Ramesses Club. And you would go in there and you'll see the Ark of Covenant. And taking heed now, this is the 90s. There was no internet. I didn't know that you can buy a replica of that shit. But they had the Ark of Covenant, and I was like, oh my fucking God. I'm literally shitting in my motherfucking pants because I'm like, God damn, this guy that claims that he has over 76 trillion years of fucking knowledge, he is the truth. Excuse me. And then over there, in the corner, they had this capsule with a gray, an alien inside of it. And I'm like, holy shit. You got to be motherfucking kidding me. That's a real alien? I was geeked. And as time progressed, I became a member. And little did I know that once you become a member, you have to start turning in money. Every fucking week. My turn in at first was $100 a week. And then after that, a couple weeks later, they were like, well shit, if you could pay $100 a week, you could pay $150. And then after that, well shit, if you could pay $150, you could pay $200. And I'm like, holy shit, I got my rent to pay, my water bill to pay, my light bill to pay, and all of my bills to the side to pay. Personal shit. And now that I'm a member, I have to turn in $200 a week, and I have to help with the rent at the bookstore that I was a part of, the water bill at the bookstore that I was a part of, the light bill at the bookstore that I was a part of. Now, taking heed, turn-in, because I know you all are wondering what the fuck was turn-in about. You had to turn in a certain amount of money per week, and that money was added up, you know, with all of the brothers and sisters that was in that particular bookstore. And, you know, we would drive, well, it would be one designated brother that was in charge of everything that would drive down to Edenton, Georgia to get more products and turn in the money. Period. Now, taking heed, we wasn't even selling books like that. And we was turning in like about $1,000 to $2,000 every fucking week as a collective. And I truly believe till this day, the brother that was in charge, that was driving the money down to Edenton, Georgia, was skimming off the top. So if we were turning in like, say, $2,000, he probably took about $300 out and turned in $1,700. Excuse me. Yes, $1,700. And taking heat, we were not really selling books like that, but we were selling bootleg movies and CDs. That we were doing. That's how we were really making our fucking money. Damn for sure wasn't no motherfucking Dr. York books. So my point in making is that these niggas are gonna have you working. You're not gonna just motherfucking be on the land or on Tamaray. Or you're not gonna be in Mexico or Costa Rica or whatever the fuck this nigga Nature Boy is, just sitting eating mangoes all day and just chilling. That's not what you're gonna do. When you get down to motherfucking young Nature Boy's shit, you're gonna have to turn in a certain amount of money, and he's gonna put your ass to fucking work. Whether it's editing his videos, whether it's fucking holding the camera, whatever it may be. And if you disagree with it, he gonna kick your motherfucking ass out. Just like Dr. York kick people out. Anybody disagree with his shit, you will call a black devil. Period. So I'm just trying to understand, why would you want to be a part of that shit? Everything that glitters is not gold. Didn't your mother teach you that shit? Period. And far as the fucking language, oh my God, the language Nuwapic. Whew. I tried to teach my daughter that shit, and it confused her. You want to know why? Because Dr. York will put out a book every couple odd months on the Nuwapic language, and the language would change every couple odd months. So just when I thought that my daughter mastered the language, or I mastered the language would change. So I'll give you an example. In one book, the word book in Nuwapic meant katub. Then, next couple of months, he'll come out with a new book, and in the Nuwapic lessons book in Nuwapic, and that particular book would mean chef. So, this language that he so-called created or made that was fit for Nuwabians to communicate with one another was really a language that was confusing, because we would get updates on words that changed in the Nuwapic language as well as the alphabet. We had two different scripts. We had the regular alphabet script, A through Z, and then we had the hieroglyphic script. And that shit would change. So I'm trying to understand. Let me get this right. You want to be a Nuwabian so you could be able to learn the language that changes every other motherfucking month? You want to be a Nuwabian because you want to live on the land of Tamaray? And I'm telling you off the rip that Dr. York had niggas working. He had niggas living in a barn with no hot water, working from sun up to sundown. I remember we used to go to Savior's Week, right? This big ass celebration that we would have every fucking year, right? Savior's Week was, this celebration, but mainly it was his birthday, which is June the 26th, right? And it fell along Savior's Week, right? So we would go down there and everything be beautiful and shit, and brothers and sisters laughing and playing, and the kids and all types of shit. Niggas is dancing and shit. I mean, it was a beautiful thing. But then you would see brothers walking around begging for money that lived on the land because they were working for free and they ain't have no fucking money. You want to live a life like that? You want to live a life like that? And at the end of the day, Dr. York said, he had us fooled. At the end of the day, Dr. York said that the land was nothing more than an Egyptian-style amusement park. That's it. But we thought that it was this mystical, magical fucking area that when the Anunnakis would come to pick up the 144,000, that would be a landing site. Tamaray would be the landing site for the Anunnakis to pick up the 144,000. We believed that. We believed that when we did our pilgrimage around the Black Mirror, our pyramid, when we performed our Murder Garage and threw our hands up to our ancestors, that we truly were talking to our ancestors and performing a ceremony, an ancient Egyptian ceremony. He had us believing that shit. And all along, Tamaray was nothing more than an Egyptian-style amusement park. That's it. Same thing with Nature Boy. You go down there to Mexico or whatever the fuck he's at, and he's like, you see his mangoes dropping. We got avocados. We got papaya. We got all this stuff. You could just pick it up and eat it off the tree. Well, let me tell you all, if you are fucking like amazed, it goes to show, when I look at that shit and you're amazed by that, it goes to show that you've done no traveling. You haven't traveled anywhere. Because in South Florida, it's just like that. You can grow mangoes and avocados and jackfruit and dragon fruit and all that shit, kiwi, all that shit in the abundance. In the Caribbeans, in the West Indies, all that shit grows just like where fucking Nature Boy is at. So the reality of it is if you want to pluck a fucking mango off a goddamn tree and live in nature, you're not that far away if you're on the East Coast, because South Florida is there at your disposal. The Caribbeans, the West Indies at your disposal. You just need a couple of dollars to go and visit. And it has to be mango season. That's another thing that he won't tell you. The season, it has to be the season for those particular fruits to grow in the abundance. But you won't know that. You'll fuck around and get down there and be like, holy shit, we going to the market to buy our food. Holy shit, I gotta work from sun up to sundown, editing videos, and then this motherfucker wakes me up in the middle of the night. He wants to have this 3-hour motherfucking session or lecture. I could have stayed home. This is what I'm trying to tell you. When you join a cult, you no longer have your own mind. You no longer have your own mind, body, or soul. Straight up. You can't do the shit that you want to do, that you're doing right now. It's just that plain and simple. And for me, man, I'm trying to warn y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. For me, I was caught up in that shit to the fucking T. Couldn't nobody tell me shit about Dr. York. Couldn't nobody tell me shit about the language. Couldn't nobody tell me shit about the culture, the land. Nothing. I wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. When that nigga got locked up, I said he was innocent. Ain't no way in the hell he molested those children. No way. But never did I think in my mind, never, how in the fuck is a master teacher, a 24th elder that sits in the seat in the bureau of the mothership, a individual that has wrote over 1,000 books, gets locked up by regular human beings? How is it that a man that has over 76 trillion years of knowledge, that people have seen him walk through walls and levitate, get locked up? Never asked that question. I never asked this question as well. Dr. York, what being pled guilty to child molestation? Dr. York, what being is in jail serving 135 years? These are the questions that we need to ask, since he claims that there's different beings that come in and out of him at different times. Maybe, just maybe, the being that molested those children wasn't Dr. Malachi Z.YORK. Maybe that was Amanubi Rakbatar. Nah, that's bullshit. This nigga is just schizo. Just like Nature Boy. I seen Nature Boy get on fucking YouTube and say, fuck Young Pharaoh, I'll fuck you up, fuck Ashay Divine, fuck all y'all niggas, just gangster. And then the next video he did, he's sitting there crying, oh, I just want y'all to love me. I just don't understand. And then the next video is peace and love, blessings, reflection, I love myself, reflection. And then the next video is, well, you see, you know, there's no such thing as HIV. You know, it's the protein, and you know, it's you know, all of this stuff around my nose. It's not the HIV. It's the habeas corpus, the 2 to the 10th power. This nigga want to get intellectual and shit. And I'm trying to understand, like, what no, nigga, you're schizo. You see, those two deserve to be in the same padded room together, wearing the stylish jacket called a straight jacket. Period. And I'll admit it on this video to you all. I know it's gonna sound funny, and I know y'all gonna laugh at me, but I don't give a fuck. I'm here to help people out. I'm here to warn you all about Dr. Malachi Z.YORK and Nature Boy, the two cult leaders. But I'm here to admit it. This is my confession, like Usher. For about 20 years, I followed a disco singer. Period. It's just that plain and simple. Oh, y'all didn't know that Dr. York was a disco singer? Oh, yes, back in the 80s, this nigga had a jerry curl, a part to the side and shit. He had a motherfucking song. I forgot how the name of the song, but I know how it goes. It's like, only a dream, it was only a dream. Had you stop, the video's on YouTube. This nigga was a disco singer, and I fell for his fuckery. That plain and simple. Straight up. And to be real with you, he was a horrible motherfucking disco singer. His shit was horrible, and the motherfucker couldn't dance. I mean, I remember we went to the land, right? And he would perform. This motherfucker would perform every fucking Savior's Day. No, excuse me, at the Nubian Balls. He paused. The Nubian Ball. He would perform every fucking year. And I would be on some shit like, y'all niggas really gonna listen to that? I've actually seen niggas buy his fucking CD. This nigga called himself Dr. Love. So I dedicated my motherfucking time, effort, and money for over 15 years, for a fact, to a disco singer. That plain and simple. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. I remember when that nigga got locked up and the Blue Lodge was on some shit like, yo, we need money for his lawyers. And I kicked out 600. Boom, take that. Send them a money order. Sent my money order to them niggas. And them niggas couldn't even fucking send a thank you card back or a receipt stating that we received your money. Now, I kept my receipt of the money order that I sent, and I called in and it said it was cashed. So I know that they cashed the motherfucker. When that nigga got locked up and Fatima, his mom's, was sick and she needed fucking money for her prescription pills, and I was like, why does she need money for prescription pills? Shouldn't she be on herbs and drinking water and doing exercising and doing things that's going to make her more healthier? I asked that question in my mind, but I never questioned, anyone like the Nubian Nation. All I did was say, hey, well, shit, she need money? Boom, that was $300. I sent like 6 payments of $50 in money orders. No question. And I remember I wrote Dr. York twice while he was in jail. Well, he's still in jail. Twice. And that nigga didn't write me back once, thanking me that I sent that money to help out his lawyer fees, thanking me that I sent that money to help out for his mother. Not once. So you know where I stand at. And this is a testimony. And I know that there are several others that have sold their houses, their cars, their boats, and all of their personal belongings in order to help free this man that don't give a fuck about you. Period. Let me tell you something. If you want to be a Nubian, the only thing that you have to look forward to is a petition that you got to sign every year for whatever president that exists at that point in time for Dr. York to get a pardon. If you want to be a Nubian, you are guaranteed that this motherfucker is going to come up with some other scheme. The Liberian diplomatic shit didn't work. The indigenous Moor shit didn't work. I mean, the list goes on. It's guaranteed that it's going to be some kind of scheme or scam that they're going to try to pull to try to get this nigga out. I mean, just think about it. You don't even know where your master teacher was born at. Think about it. First, he was born in Sudan. Then he was born in Ghana. And then, let's take this back. He was he was born in Risk. He's the man from the planet Risk. So I'm trying to understand, what the fuck are y'all talking about? This motherfucker can't even make up his mind where he come from, let alone what name he wants to call himself today. And you all are following him. That shit is crazy to me. It's crazy. It's crazy that I see Nature Boy and this motherfucker is doing the same shit that Dr. York is doing. Matter of fact, I think he studied Dr. York for real, because he said in one of the videos that he was a gay stripper, and he used to strip in Atlanta. And at one point in time, that was the main hub for Dr. York and the Nubians. So I think that nigga just put his shit together. He was like, holy shit, damn, this nigga got it going on. Let me try to learn his shit and just put my little spin on it. And that's what he did. I see the same type of fucking game in Nature Boy that I see in Dr. York. Vice versa. Period. Nature Boy, it's been a known fact that he beat his motherfucking wives' asses. And I've seen him G-check those guys that's on the land on YouTube. on his video. Punked them niggas. So I know he probably smacking them niggas around. Well, guess what? Dr. York was doing the same thing. He was if he wasn't putting his hands on somebody, he was putting the order out. Oh, if you didn't have your money as an Ansar in the Ansar Allah community, if you didn't have your turn in when they was in Brooklyn, if you didn't have your motherfucking money, you got your ass kicked. And this is a fact, because one of my friends, one of my deepest friends I got love for him. I'm not gonna say his name, but this nigga told me, yo, man, you know, back in the days, I ain't had my turn in, and they whooped my ass. And while in the process of them whooping my ass, they broke my fucking nose. Why would you want to be in a cult like that? That's all I want to know. Why? Why? Let me tell you something. I told you this in the last fucking video. The answer that you're looking for is within you. You continue to look for you in everybody else except for in yourself. The path is in you. And the minute that you wake up and see that shit, you'll be all right. You won't need a nature boy. You won't need a Dr. York. And you will not need a Langston 2092 to tell you that all you need is yourself. But, hey, if you want to be ignorant and stupid and choose to follow those dudes, you've been warned. Period. You can't fucking get an attitude with nobody, because today, tonight, you've been warned. That's it. My name is Langston 2092. Like, comment, and subscribe. 1.